This is ABC Sports, home of the Bowl Championship Series and the National Championship Game.
Elite teams, 7 conference champions, 4 undefeateds, 3 days of action, 2 Heisman winners, and in the end, 1 national champion. On Tuesday night in the FedEx Orange Bowl, the #1 ranked USC Trojans and the #2 rated Oklahoma Sooners return to the game's greatest stage. This year's star-studded national championship features 4 of the 5 Heisman Trophy finalists, including the past 2 winners of the most prestigious individual award in sports. Monday night, the Nokia Sugar Bowl takes center stage as Bourbon Street hosts the SEC champion Auburn Tigers, who look to complete their perfect season with one last spectacular show. Trying to steal the spotlight is ACC champion Virginia Tech. Tonight, we'll turn your attention to the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, where the Utah Utes look to write the final chapter of their Cinderella story. But Big East champion Pittsburgh, who had a fairy tale season of their own, hope they're the perfect fit for the glass slipper. But coming up next in the Rose Bowl presented by Citi, 2 of college football's most storied programs meet for the first time ever. The Michigan Wolverines face the Texas Longhorns in the granddaddy of them all. Step right up as college football's top acts give their final performances.
They do not call it the granddaddy for no reason. 91st Rose Bowl game, and for the first time ever, the Texas Longhorns have made the trip. Lloyd Carr says we're here because of the disappointment we had last year against USC. Cedric Benson says Texas has never been to a Rose Bowl, but when we get here, we're going to win one. John Saunders, along with Craig James and Aaron Taylor. Interesting game because probably a couple of months ago, both these teams thought they might be playing for a national championship, but Texas ran into Oklahoma. Michigan ran into Ohio State. So their arch nemesis dealt them in and sets up a great game here.
It's a great team that's here. You know, both schools have different reasons to be motivated here. You've got Michigan, who's trying to avenge last year's embarrassment here. We were at this ball game in the Rose Bowl, and USC pounded Michigan. They want a revenge for that game. And also for Texas. Texas wants to show why they're here. They deserve to be here. This is a good football team, a good matchup.
Guys, we talked about it on the BCS selection show, looking at Mac Brown's face. He was excited. He was so fired up to finally be involved in the BCS, finally be in the Rose Bowl. He couldn't wait it. They deserved it. The squeaky wheel got the oil, but getting here is not enough. They've got to find and figure out a way to win. They have to play.
This is special for Texas because they have told everybody before the bidding came out, we want to go to the Rose Bowl if we're in the BCS. One of the reasons, because the preeminent voice of college football is calling this game. Happy New Year to Keith Jackson.
John, thanks, and a Happy New Year to you. You know, if I were an old blue from California, I probably would pull down the window shade and have a long winter's nap this afternoon. But if I were from Texas, I'd put on my favorite pointy-toed shoes and head for the party. Having Michigan here in the Rose Bowl is not an unusual thing, but having Texas come calling certainly is. Let's turn to Dan Fouts and talk about it. Michigan knows the territory, the routine. Is that an advantage?
Oh, definitely, Keith. They were here just 12 months ago. They know what the off-field obligations are. They know the practice schedules. They know what it's like to play here at this great arena. And, Keith, they're also highly motivated because they were embarrassed last year against SC here.
The Texas Longhorns want to prove, too, you know, they belong in this mix.
Well, when I visited campus 3 weeks ago, I found a lot of players very excited about learning about what this Rose Bowl experience is all about. Spirited.
And 112 years of college football. The Longhorns 10-1, runners-up in the Big 12 Conference. Coach Mac Brown, 7th year at UT, 69-19, and he just agreed to a 10-year contract for $25 million. And here is Todd Harris with the coach.
All right, Happy New Year to you, Keith and Dan, and Coach. Happy New Year to you. I know this game has meant a lot to you growing up watching it. What does it mean to you and the Longhorns to be here now?
Todd, it's great to get here, but when you're at Michigan or Texas, you need to win the game. So it's a fun day. Happy New Year, everybody. What a great game.
Good luck to you. Hook 'em hard.
Thanks, Todd.
And And here are the Michigan Wolverines, co-champions of the Big Ten Conference, 9-2. Their 19th Rose Bowl game. Coach Lloyd Carr has been to 15 of those games, 3 as the head coach of the Wolverines, the others as a member of the Michigan coaching staff. Now here is Todd with Coach Lloyd Carr.
Coach, Happy New Year to you. Do you feel an advantage that you've been here before, especially as early as last year?
Well, I think any time you've been somewhere before, it helps. But I think it all comes down to how we play today. Happy New Year to you, Todd.
Congratulations to you. Go Blue.
Thank you.
Keith, up to you.
All right, we're all set for the 91st playing of the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. Coming up after this.
Whichever team comes up, they will win the toss. Okay, Mickey? Texas has won the toss. You have your choice now at the start of the second half. We're going to defer. Texas has won the toss. They will defer until the second half. You want the ball? Michigan, what ball we want to defend? You want to kick this way? Fellas, put your backs to this goal. Michigan will be receiving. Texas will be kicking off. Good luck, fellas.
Referee Dennis Hennigan heading a Big East Conference crew who will work today's ball game. The Rose Bowl flashback now, presented by Citi. It has to do with weather. The last time there was meaningful rain here on the Rose Parade in the Rose Bowl game was 1955 when Woody Hayes made his first trip to the Rose Bowl with his Ohio State Buckeyes as national champions. Their opponent, Southern California. They scored in spectacular style on an 88-yard punt return by Aramis Dandoy, but the Buckeye quarterback Dave Leggett led his team through the rain and the mud to a 20-7 victory. That was 50 years ago, the last time it rained on the Rose Bowl. Well, we've had hard rain here in Southern California over the last few days. Yesterday was brilliantly clear. Today it is cloudy, but it is dry, and it was dry this morning for the parade. And now it's time to play some football. And Dan, do you reckon there's a little cottonmouth out there?
Well, I know there is, Keith. This is such a great scene with half the stadium in burnt orange, the other in blue and maize. And the Longhorns electing to kick off to Michigan to put the great defense and especially Derek Johnson on the field.
The Michigan Wolverines will get the football first as the white-shirted Texas Longhorns will kick off. It'll be Richmond McGee, a junior out of Garland, kicking. Receiving for Michigan, Steve Breston, number 15. Grant Mason, number 13. Breston is a wide receiver, and he is a flyer. So here we go with Rose Bowl number 91. An historic moment. The first game ever between Michigan and Texas. Breston breaking to the outside, and they track him down from behind. And I'll tell you what, that's a tight end that can run that made that tackle on him. Number 88 got a hold of him and pulled him down by the shirt tail. Otherwise, Breston would score. Stevie Stigl making the tackle. But it is a big return. And the Michigan Wolverines start with very good field position from their own 48-yard line.
45-yard return for Stephen Breston.
Profile on the Michigan quarterback Chad Henne, the first true freshman ever to start as quarterback in a Rose Bowl game. He's 6'2", 217 pounds, out of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. And the game is on. The first carry of the ball game is another true freshman, Mike Hart, as we look at the backs and receivers in the starting lineup for Michigan. Mike Hart, 18 years of age, ran for 1,311 yards this season. Wide receiver Braylon Edwards, a premier performer, 87 catches, 1,221 yards and 12 touchdowns. The offensive line, a bunch of big guys led by the center, David Voss, 5 300-pounders in that offensive line. And David Voss shared the Remington Award for centers this season. On second down and 8, the ball is thrown. Caught by Braylon Edwards, but caught in traffic. He is not able to move up the field. He is taken down right on the Texas 45-yard line. The Texas Longhorns defensively offer a 5-man set up front, led by 305-pound tackle Rodrigue Wright. He meets all the qualifications as a disruptor. Linebackers, number 11, Derek Johnson. That's the man you got to know where he is on every play. He's worth the price of a ticket. The secondary, it's a big secondary, all 6 feet or better, all around for 200 pounds, and they patrol with vigor, and Michigan is unsettled by something, and they spend the timeout very early in the ball game. Unusual that you would see a timeout called at this juncture. So with 13:44 to go in that first period, we'll be right back. As we come back to the Rose Bowl, it is 3rd down and 3 now, and I'll only guess it must have been something to do with personnel for the Michigan Wolverines. 3rd and 3 to keep the ball. Chad Henne's first pass completed to Braylon Edwards inside the 30, inside the 25. First down at the Texas 24-yard line before Terrell Brown can bring him down.
Chad Henne finding the best receiver in college football, the Blitnikoff Award winner, Braylon Edwards. 2 catches now for 25 yards. Big 3rd down conversion on this crossing route here. Zone coverage for the Longhorns. And they fit it in just in time before Terrell Brown can get over there. And then Edwards, with great running ability, sets up Michigan on the 24. Well spent timeout, Keith. They had the wrong personnel in the game at the time.
It always look better when that timeout.
Yes, it does.
All right, Edwards on this side. He's going back toward the ball. He's got the ball running a reverse. He gets a block on the corner. He's inside the 20, out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Michael Huff pushed him out, and there is a penalty flag on the play. Thrown over where he was shoved out of bounds.
Looks like they're going to call holding on Carl Tabb. Tabb had to hold his block literally for a long time as a slow developing reverse play for the Wolverines, who don't run a lot of gadget plays.
Holding, number 17 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
We told you this is a Big East Conference crew headed by the referee, Dennis Hennigan.
Edwards had gone in motion. Now he's going to circle back and take this handoff from Michael Hart. Good job by Hart. Then on the outside, number 17 tied up here. That's Carl Tabb holding on to Cedric Griffin.
So it's an 8-yard gain, a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down and 12 for the Michigan Wolverines. On the outside, it's Jermaine Gonzalez. He's into the ball game. Jason Avant hurt, can't play. Ball to the corner, too high and too long. He got his hands on it. In fact, I think it caught Steve Breaston, but Breaston had run out of real estate and could not get control inbound.
Henne just a little bit late on the delivery, but it was another fine pass. He is really sharp to start this game. Even though it was incomplete, he's got to feel good about getting the ball out to Breaston.
In talking to him on Thursday, we were down visiting. It seemed like I'm almost talking to a third person. He was so focused.
Yes, he was. Very, very mature.
2nd down and 12. Henny throwing. No, getting inside. And the penalty flag follows that play as the running back, Mike Hart. Mike Hart at 18 years of age, 5'9", 194, a freshman out of Syracuse. And he has become very much, he and Henny both, a part of this football team.
Michigan walking back like it's holding against the Wolverines.
Could have been, because that I saw one of the officials sort of indicate that as he threw the flag right at the feet of the perpetrator.
I'm not so sure it's not holding against Texas.
Holding, number 75 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
David Boss gets the call, but watch how Larry Dibbles works him. Right in the center of the play right here is Boss. And here's Dibbles, 92. Dibbles pulls Boss down on his back. That is defensive holding, not holding on Boss.
Well, we've had the first bad call of the day. Because that's definitely what it was, and it's an old trick.
Yeah, good trick.
Came from somewhere back in the 20s, I suspect. Henny back, get the little heat from the outside, passes away down the middle, and a little bit too high for Braylon Edwards. Braylon gave it all he had. He was running at full speed. He ran into Philip Giger. Giger's a 205-pound safety, and he couldn't quite reel it in.
No, but this ball is on target again. Number one is Braylon Edwards. Thrown a little bit high, but Edwards is 6'3", and he normally makes this catch. Giger with the coverage there, but it was going to be late. Ball went right through Edwards' hands. Michigan close to blowing a great opportunity to start this game.
It is now 3rd down and 21 after that second penalty. And Henny with a lot of time gets it away, and it is incomplete. And the opportunity is going to get away from him.
Now they got the 44-yard kickoff return by Steve Reston, a couple of receptions by Braylon Edwards, and then the holding call against Tabb, the holding call against Boss. 3rd and a mile, and Jermaine Gonzalez cannot make this catch on a ball that's thrown poorly by Chad Henne.
Adam Findlay comes into the ball game. He is from Greenwood, Indiana, a senior, and he is a punter. And now Garrett Rivas has surfaced and come onto the field. So Garrett Rivas, who is a sophomore out of Tampa, Florida, at 5'9", 216 pounds, but a bullet of a leg, and the holder is Adam Findlay, the punter. So it'll be a 52-yard field goal try to get on the board for no. They snap it back, and he pooch kicks it, angles it for the sidelines, and it's not very good. So the second time early in this ball game, we get a little trickery out of the Michigan Wolverines. That was a man-sized field goal try at 52 yards for him, so he pooches it, but he didn't get it downfield very far. It'll be Texas on the 18th.
Go football. And Budweiser, the bright color and crisp, clean taste you'll only find in the king of beers.
Well, let's back everything up and forget everything that happened, because in all of that melee, there was a flag thrown because there was a dead ball foul, too much time. Clock ran out, and so consequently there was no play. Dead ball foul, no play. And now with that added yardage to their situation, Michigan's Adam Findlay is in the punt, which is where we started in the first place. He's standing back at his 47. He'll hit it around the 50, and he's trying to get up in the air and kill it deep. And it takes the Texas bounce and goes on into the end zone and will come out to the 20-yard line. So there the Longhorns will have their first possession of it. The quarterback profile on number 10, Vince Young. Big sophomore, 6'5", 225. He can run. Feet as dangerous as his arm, actually. 16-2 as a starter. He comes from Houston. So from the 20, the first snap of the game for Texas, and Nate Jones is in to give him 3 wideouts. And they go out of the shotgun. They don't throw the ball. They run it with Cedric Benson. And Benson, who's the dope walker running back of the year, gets it up to near the 30-yard line and almost the first down. Explosive guy, Cedric Benson, among the backs and receivers, winner of the award, as we told you, named for dope walker. 1,764 yards, 19 touchdowns, 4 straight seasons. He has gained 1,000 yards or more. 4 in a row, and we've got a Texas injury off the very first offensive play of the game, and guess what? It's Benson. That's about the worst news they could have.
No, he doesn't look good at all. It's either a left knee or ankle problem as he gains 9 yards on his first carry. This is the option read play for Texas. Nice hole up the field. Hasper makes that cut there, and you know, I walked on this field before the game, Keith, and it was in good shape, but it just looked on that play right there that the turf gave way, and he may have sprained a knee or ankle.
Well, he's not willing to sit down right now. He's going to try to walk it off. Ramonce Taylor is the backup for him. He's a freshman, number 25, but not in the game at the moment. As they work out of the shotgun with Vince Young, and he is that other running back in the backfield, but the Michigan Wolverines are after him. He didn't have far to go to get his first down on 2nd down and a yard, and he picks it up as he runs into Lawrence Reed. Cedric Benson now comes back. So Benson gets back in a hurry. The Michigan defensive front reflected there, anchored by the big nose tackle Gabe Watson. The linebackers, you'll have some changing around there today. Lawrence Reed has 24 consecutive starts there. Ernest Shazier, the strong safety, will be up in the box quite a bit today as well, trying to control Vince Young. Here's a penalty flag and whistle. So we're getting the laundry dirty early.
Well, you talked about whether there's cottonmouth or whatever down there. I think there is, Keith.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 64 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Kelsey stuttered, moved on the play. It's a tough, I mean, this is a big moment. Let's face it. If you're 19, 20 years old, 18 years old, you don't think they're not wound a little tight? Good grief, they're lucky they can breathe. So the penalty makes it first down and 15 for the Longhorns now at their 25-yard line. Still working out of that same formation. 3 wideouts. Young takes it up the middle. And he was stopped, but then had enough strength to pull away and made something out of nothing. Gabe Watson had him originally, and he sort of wiggled away from Gabe, and then Monday came in to help.
And because of the unique talents of Vince Young and Cedric Benson, and the fact that the Longhorns use 3 wide receivers so much, the big difference has been for Michigan, they're going to go to a 4-man line with Gabe Watson over the center and 3 linebackers, and they've moved Woodley, Lamar Woodley, and Pierre Woods to defensive ends to get more speed on the field.
Staying with that formation, Vince Young back, tackled in the backfield. Terrific play by Lawrence Reed as he shot the gap and found his target. There again, that's the best way to control a Vince Young, is don't let him get cranked up. And he got him before he could start his motor.
Yeah, and keep him in the pocket. Make him run this way and not to the outside. Watch 42, Lawrence Reed, pick up his 3rd sack of the season, totally unblocked in a secure tackle.
3rd down and 16 with the ball going back to the 24-yard line. Still with the 3 wide set. Wolverines show blitz again. Here they come, and they flush him out of the pocket, and that's bad news. There's a block on the corner for him, and he turns it upfield, and it's a big run for the big quarterback. Lamar Woodley reaching for him. And Vince Young just showed you why he is a terror for the defense.
No question, Keith. Watch McClintock come on the blitz. They do not contain him this time. He breaks the pocket and goes for 24 yards. Good block there by Limas Swede, taking care of Marcus Curry. That got Young the first down. Plus all this running ability. How smooth.
Ball on the 48-yard line for the first down. They handed away to Benson, who had hobbled off the field and then out one play and came back, and he doesn't get much there. He's right down about the line of scrimmage. Michigan really has an eye on Benson. I mean, we're talking about all the effort to contain Young, but Benson, he is the real hammer in there, and we have run for more than 1,700 yards this year and 1,000 yards for 4 consecutive seasons or more. Well, that tells you all you need to know about it. 2nd down, call it 10, and this time Young goes under center. Still got it. Throw, incomplete, bad pass. He bounced that, threw it behind the short man and bounced it. Monday night at 8 Eastern Time, undefeated Auburn beats Virginia Tech in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. And then Tuesday night, also at 8 Eastern Time, the Southern California Trojans, #1 of the country, against #2 Oklahoma Sooners for the national championship in the FedEx Orange Bowl.
This is where Michigan wants to get the Longhorns in 3rd and long, an obvious passing situation. Make Vince Young beat him, throwing the ball from the pocket.
Has a lot of time, gets it away down the middle, and it was tipped, and it's incomplete. It's 4th down. It was tipped, I think, by Scott McClintock, and Bo Scaife was the intended receiver.
Heck of a job by McClintock. We've seen him come on the blitz one time. That time he dropped back about 20 yards. And I'm not sure, even if McClintock doesn't put his hands on this ball, that it's going to get through, because the other linebacker, Prescott Burgess, was all over Scaife.
These guys have got their middle linebackers running a lot these days, don't they?
In both directions.
Yeah. Richmond McGee. Bad kick. Off the side of his foot, but a pretty good roll on it. He rolls inside the 20-yard line. He didn't get much, got about a half of it, and it slides off to the right. But even so, it's a pretty good kick. 15-yard line where Michigan will own it. And this time they're pretty close to their own neighborhood as they come out with Braylon Edwards, Jermaine Gonzalez, and Steve Preston as their wide receivers. Now they've got Edwards moving back toward the ball. Chad Henne gives it away to Mike Hart. Hart caught by the ankle as he reaches for the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 1 yard.
Let's take a look at our Jeep rushing playbook, Keith. Back to the first play of the game. This is the zone read play for Texas. And the key here for Vince Young is to watch Lamar Woodley. Going to hand the ball to Cedric Benson, but he's going to read Woodley first. Woodley stays wide. He gives the ball to the tailback. Unfortunately for Texas, you'll see Benson grab his left knee here as he slipped on the turf. But we'll see a lot of that play today.
2nd down and 9 for Michigan. Again, Edwards moving. Thrown to the sidelines. Ball goes to Edwards, and Braylon is going to be short of his first down. He's tackled at about the 26. He's a couple of yards short. Philip Giger made the tackle.
Yeah, Giger is the third leading tackler for the Longhorns, the senior captain. Big guy, 205 pounds, sure tackler. But this will set up another 3rd and short for Michigan. They converted the first time with that pass play to Braylon Edwards on that crossing route.
3rd and 2. If Michigan does not pick up the first down here, then you figure that Texas might get pretty good field position for their next possession. They're not going to get the first down either. Penalty flag thrown with the linesman across the way. It may be that one of the Longhorns was in the neutral zone, but we'll see. Derek Johnson getting his first tackle there of the ball game.
How about the young freshman pulling him off sides?
Number 90 on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
A little hard count, and he got him wiggling.
And he got a good one wiggling. Roderick Wright, number 90, right at the end of the screen here. Little head bob there. That's all it took. Actually, that's Tim Crowder.
So that'll give Michigan a first down out at their own 31-yard line and gets a little more room at their back. This is Hart. Pretty good blocking on the left side of center. Crowder comes in to make the tackle. Hart is he's short. 5'9". They say it doesn't look it.
There are going to be some great collisions with Derek Johnson and Kevin Dudley. Dudley goes for the middle linebacker that time, and Boss comes off on Johnson. Good gain, though. Best run of the day for Michael Hart.
Massaquoi and Tyler Ecker double tight end in here now for Michigan. Both can catch the ball. Michigan tight ends have always been able to catch the ball. And he throws, ball battered in the air, and it's incomplete. Hit by one of the linemen as he delivered it. And he had one of those tight ends coming clean up at the top of your picture. But the ball didn't get there.
Yeah, Massaquoi, 16 catches on the year, was named All Big Ten. Tyler Ecker at 6'6", another good tight end. You know, Texas has got 2 fine tight ends as well, and David Thomas and Bo Scaife.
They can run. Those Texas tight ends can really haul it. It's 3rd down and 3. Oh, my goodness. That was a total miscommunication there because Henne threw it. The closest man to the ball by far was a Texas man.
Well, I think he's trying to find Mike Hart, but you mentioned that he's a little bit short, Keith. He's about 5'7", and I think Henne just couldn't find him. When he looked up, Hart was nowhere near that ball.
And they'll punt. Adam Findlay in. His first kick was for 40. He had a long this year of 68. Lamont Taylor is back there to receive it. Lamont is standing back inside his own 25-yard line. Finley figures to hit the ball around the 34 and does. It's a low liner. Might be a little room to run here. Lamont Taylor takes it, retreats to the 15 to 14. Backing up. Now he gets a little help from his friends, but he is taken down at the 15-yard line. That's very good downfield coverage by Patrick Massey on the special teams. Mike DeBoard coming back to coach the special teams, having left his job at Central Michigan. They start from the 15-yard line. The ball is handed away, and there's that Michigan defense really boring its neck. They were in the backfield almost before Cedric Benson got the ball. And Lamar Woodley, who has played as a 260-odd-pound linebacker, sophomore this season, he's been moved to the box and playing as the defensive end today, and he was first there. Here's Todd Harris.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. Matthew McConaughey splits his time between Texas and Hollywood. And Matthew, I know I don't even have to look very much further than Burnt Orange. You're a big Texas fan.
That's why I'm here, my man. It's a big day for us.
What does it mean as a Texas fan, though, to have your team in the Rose Bowl for the first time?
Well, here we go, Cedric. Cut the corner, baby. All right. Man, I mean, Granddaddy Bowl, number one. Number two, we had a good season, man. We got a good program going under Mac Brown. And he just got his extension. It's a good day, man. We got Michigan, who's another old-time school. We never played two of the best-looking teams I've seen on a grass field in a long time. And I think we got them on speed today, man. They look a little one-dimensional. If we can snuggle up to number one, Braylon Edwards, then I think we're fine, because their quarterback doesn't look too comfortable in the back pocket, and we got to keep beating them off the ball.
This guy looks funny. He's an assistant coaching job. Matthew McConaughey, Keith, back up to you. I thank you. My wife thanks you.
All right on, man. Let's look at more.
All right, man. 20-yard line, third down. There's the pass completed as Young had a lot of time to look around, and David Thomas makes the catch for the first down. Gets it out to the 31-yard line at 5 minutes to go, roughly in the first quarter, 5:06.
And you know what, man? That's some of that Texas speed you were talking about, man. They're right there. You know, he got the corner, too. Todd, I don't think he wants a job as a coach. I think he wants a job up here with Keith.
31-yard line. First down for the Longhorns. And Young goes back under center. Look, he's terrific protection. And he's got his man over here. Same fellow who caught it a while ago, Bo Scaife. He was running down the middle. And they were able to knock the ball away from him. But this time he goes outside. And the big guy, he's 6'3", 250 pounds. He's a hard guy to handle.
And he was an all Big 12 selection. 6th-year senior. But, you know, the thing about Vince Young is he throws the long ball better than he throws the short ball. He's got great touch, and he's getting his tight ends involved, and that's important.
It is a first down for Texas. The ball is on the 48-yard line of Michigan. And Brian Carter checks in. They're swarming after Benson, but he's tough, boy. Benson is a big guy, too. He's 225 pounds, but the way he rumbles around with his 6-foot frame, he is really a rock. Scott McClintock made that tackle.
And the thing that's so impressive about Cedric Benson is the first guy never seems to tackle him. He has that size you talked about, Keith, and his strength in his thighs and his lean, that he leans forward. Makes it very tough to get your arms around him.
Second down, 9. Single back is Benson. Young goes down the middle, but that almost ticked off. Lucky to get that one back. He threw it for David Thomas, but Ryan Mundy had a better chance of catching the ball than Thomas did.
Mundy did a great job of reading the eyes of Vince Young, coming off his primary responsibility and breaking that one up. Here's Thomas just running a seam route. You can see how Mundy's just laying in wait there and really should have intercepted this ball. Look, he got both hands on it.
So it is 3rd down and 9 for Texas out of the shotgun. Young throws short. Got his first down. Yes. Not by much, but he looks to have it from this angle. And again, they go to Skate, the tight end. I say tight end only because he's so big. But actually, he plays out there by himself a lot.
Well, he's got running ability, and Thomas does as well. But right now, it's just all in the tight ends for Texas. Good job of Young just flipping the ball. Different type of throwing motion for Vince Young, but it is effective. Completes nearly 60% of his passes.
Chain gang on the field. Got it. Eyes are on the halfback.
Good effort by Scaife. You know, he caught the ball. He's about 3 yards short, but he outweighs Prescott Burgess by about 20 pounds and very determined to pick up that first down.
At the Michigan 37, no score, first quarter, 3.5 minutes to go. He took it away. He put it. It's almost the old Belly series there. He gave the ball to Benson and then took it away from him, kept it himself, and edged off to the right side. And they'll give him a yard. Looks like.
Yeah, it really is an option play, Keith, because he's reading the defensive end. And if the defensive end closes on the potential ball carrier, he pulls the ball out and takes off himself. But that time it was played perfectly by Michigan.
I thought for a minute that Cedric was going to take it anyhow.
Well, there's a lot of trust involved in that exchange, you bet.
Time call, Texas. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. We still have an empty scoreboard here at the 91st Rose Bowl game. Next Saturday, the NBA on ABC features the Knicks battling the Cavaliers in regional action, or the Nuggets taking on the Spurs. Next Saturday, that's at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ABC.
Pretty ragged play throughout this first quarter, Keith. You know, we talked about these teams are not familiar at all with each other, having never played, and it really shows. It's almost like a couple of heavyweights just feeling each other out. A couple of jabs here. Nobody's really tried the bomb yet. Perhaps it's time now for Texas to get some of their wide receivers involved.
Well, their top guy is Tony Jeffrey. He's a 6'1", 175-pound senior out of Houston, and he can run. Ooh. Runs downhill. Benson's one of those guys who runs downhill, too. He gets into that line of scrimmage and gets leaning on you.
Yeah, they're almost like a ski team because Vince Young, he's the slalom king when he slides through things.
All right, a second down, just about 10 yards to go. There's your pitch outside to Benson. Benson gets around the corner, and the Wolverines got caught inside. And the quickness of Benson hurt him. Marlon Jackson and Scott McClintock teaming up for that tackle, but they were late.
Michigan does not see a lot of this style of offense playing in the Big Ten, but this is just a speed option. Shazer takes the quarterback, so he pitches the ball back to Benson. And there's Tony Jeffrey, number 12. He was occupying Marlon Jackson on the outside, and that's why Benson got so many yards.
And they're looking at 3rd down and 3.
3 for 4 converting 3rd downs here in the first quarter for Texas.
Benson. Well, he got outside again. Michigan got caught in the trap. And Leon Hall finally makes the tackle.
Well, whatever was bothering him after that first carry of the game, I think he's back to being 100% healthy. Just a draw play to Benson. Nothing in the middle. But the vision to jump to the outside and then the speed to pick up the first down. Another 3rd down conversion for the Longhorns.
Now they're threatening. First down at the Michigan 20. Young shopping. Throws short. Jeffrey drops it. Here's Todd.
Well, Keith and Dan, you pointed it out after that first play with Cedric Benson. It looked so bad on the replay. He came off the field, talked to the trainer, said, my knee really hurts. He stood there, set out one play, said, you know what, my knee feels better now. I'm ready to go back in. Cedric Benson right now definitely wants to be on the field here at the 91st Rose Bowl game.
Well, it looks like the tire's full of air. He's not making any painful music about it. He's just working.
Adrenaline.
Yep. Young up the middle. He's touchdown. That's where he scares you, right there.
And Michigan was spying on him. They had two men looking at Vince Young. But they've never seen anybody quite like him. Watch, that's Reed. Here's Shazer. Quarterback draw all the way for Vince Young. Reed gets taken out by Sendline, but look at this. This is just beautiful. The moves, the speed, the grace of Vince Young.
Dusty Mangum for the point. And the senior out of Mesquite nails it. And as we have 1:41 to play in the first quarter, the Texas Longhorns in the Rose Bowl for the very first time in their 112 years of playing football take the lead over the Michigan Wolverines 7-0.
11th touchdown rushing for Vince Young this year. Totally untouched from 20 yards out. That's remarkable.
The coach, Mac Brown, finds it easy to talk about Vince Young. Here's a sample.
I saw him at Kansas keep his poise. I saw him at Oklahoma State play his best game when we were in trouble. I saw him at A&M fumble a ball that we didn't handle very well on a quarterback sneak before the game. 93% of the teams lose that have a 14-point swing like that. And I saw him come back and compete harder than I've ever seen anybody compete to win that second half because he wasn't going to lose that game.
Well, he's showing you something. He's a sophomore. Richmond McGee will hit it, and you'll have Rustin and Mason waiting for Michigan. That's going to be short. It's a hanger taken at about the 11-yard line by Steve Rustin. Rustin had a big return and open the game, and he can get around that man, and he does. He might have another big one. They've got him pinned on the sidelines and finally get a hold of him at about the 49-yard line. That's just about what he did before.
Well, he went for 44 on the opening kickoff of the afternoon. This one just about 37 yards, yeah. But again, Michigan at midfield, where they must get Mike Hart involved in the offense and reward Preston and the kickoff return team for the great job they're doing. What a move right there. In traffic, then the speed. And this is what I like, Keith. At the end of this, he was not willing to settle for just going out of bounds. It's got to be another inch he can make, don't you think?
Yep, I think so. Here's a lot of shifting around by the Wolverines. They wind up with 3 wideouts and Mike Hart at tailback as the single back, and Chad Henne looking to does throw, and he throws over Mike Hart. It's not too hard. He listed at 5'9", as we told you, but I don't think he stands that high. And that one just went right over his head.
Yeah, it had a little bit too much heat on it, and Hart couldn't get his hands up quick enough, or they might have had something going there.
He had 2 people out to escort him down the sidelines.
Yeah, he's caught 25 passes this season, most of them on plays just like that. Very good screen team.
Second down 10, Michigan ball, their own 48-yard line. They trail by a touchdown, 7-0. Hart goes over the left side, and he's going to have about 5 yards on the carry before Aaron Harris, linebacker, brings him down. They must play pretty good football down in Mesquite, because I see a lot of folks on the roster here from Mesquite, Texas. Third down now and 5. Just inside a minute to go in the first period. Chad Henne with time. Now the heat comes, and down he goes. Number 2, Aaron Harris, got the lick on him. He came free, and there was a wide open shot right up the middle.
Kind of a hesitation blitz by both Aaron Harris and Derek Johnson. Just the second sack of the season for number 2. There he is. Here's Johnson. Watch as they hesitate just a bit. Check out the blocking and then use their speed to get in on the young quarterback.
And Michigan will punt as the loss is all the way back to the 42-yard line. Now we got a whistle.
The battle of third downs is being won by Texas. On offense, they're 4 out of 5, and defensively they have held Michigan to just 1 out of 4 conversions.
Please reset the game clock to 8 seconds.
They want 8 seconds put back on the game clock. It had run down to 1 second. I don't think it would have made much difference, but they're going to do it anyhow. Now it's rolling. I don't think Michigan wants to punt it, and they're not going to punt it. They're just going to open the second quarter of play with 4th down and 16. ABC Sports presentation of college football. We'll return after this message and a word from our ABC stations with Texas leading Michigan 7-0. Second quarter of the Rose Bowl game today presented by Citi. Bebo has arrived, and heard a fellow say, if we win this game, I'm going to ride Bebo right down Rodeo Drive, he said.
Look out.
He might. On 4th down and 16, Michigan will punt it away. Longhorns are jumping around trying to distract Finley, but he pops it out of there, and it's a beauty. It runs Ross all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Coverage is pretty good downfield, and they're going to take him down inside the 10-yard line. So Texas, with all that fiddling around on that punt return, winds up deep in the bucket. Undefeated Utah against the Big East champs Pittsburgh Tostitos Fiesta Bowl over in Tempe. The Bowl Championship Series continuing next right here on ABC Sports. If you got one of those toys in your closet you got for Christmas, one of those high definition things, you might as well pull it out because this game is available on high definition. It might warm your feet. Here we go. From the 7-yard line. Texas ball. They're going to run it around the corner. Michigan defense flowing very well on the play. And Romance Taylor is taken down after he picks up about a yard. And here's Todd Harris.
Well, Keith, after that touchdown by Texas, Lloyd Carr went over specifically to Ernest Shazer and Roy Manning, and he said, contain, contain. He said, on your lineup, you're too narrow, you're in too tight. He wants them wider, and I think Dan made a good point. I don't know if they really understand how fast Vince Young is. He's a big guy, and until you get up next to him, you don't realize how big he is, but the guy can absolutely fly. That time, he said they were in too tight. He wants them wider, more containment. Keith.
Well, that's a message that they've had before. They heard that for 3 weeks. And rolls it out, shopping around, looking for somebody. He's got a protector in front of him named Will Matthews, who's a big old fullback, 245 pounds.
Yeah, the Wolverines struggled against Michigan State's Drew Stanton, although they did knock him out of the game with an injury to his shoulder. But against Ohio State, Troy Smith, and his ability to run 145 yards rushing was the difference in that one.
They're a yard short of the first down, about 1.5 yards actually, so make it 3rd down and a long one. Will Allen checks in at the guard position for the Longhorns. Will's a big one at 310. Benson now didn't make it. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th down and about 2. Maybe a little more than 2 as Lamar Woodley and Scott McClintock just pinned him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great job by McClintock to get off on the snap, get that penetration, and really take away the blocker. Here's McClintock right here. He's going to get in here with help from his friends, but you can see that Will Matthews never got anywhere near opening a hole for Benson.
Preston is waiting upfield. They should get very good field position as Richmond McGee punts it, and McGee lets get some air under it, but Preston makes the fair catch. And he's going to be right at midfield. So once again, here sits the Michigan Wolverines in the middle of the field after a Texas punt. And they haven't done anything with it yet.
Coverage of the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi continues.
7-0. Texas is leading. 13:47 to go in the first half. And Michigan ball, first down at midfield. 3 times now they've been up around midfield and done nothing with it. This is Mike Hart spinning and getting 5. He broke a tackle of Aaron Harris to get down to the 45-yard line.
He's tough to tackle. He's not very tall, but he's very thick. Great legs where he just keeps driving, pumping those thighs, spinning, and he just bounced right off Aaron Harris.
Yeah, he's like J.J. Arrington, some of those kind of guys. They ain't got no handles.
That's right.
2nd down and 5. This is Hart again. And they're going to need 2 more on 3rd down. So number 2 stepped in there and got a hit on him. Aaron Harris, boy, he's been busy. Derek Johnson's name has been called a couple of times, but he has 1 tackle solo. But the occupation of the offensive people with Johnson is giving Harris some room to work, but he's doing a good job of it. Preoccupation, I guess, is what I should say. Braylon Edwards now is the man going in motion, and every time he's moved, the Texas defenders have been moving. He was sort of angling toward the line of scrimmage, and the ball is given to Hart. He's going to have his first down as he got the ball down near the 39-yard line.
Hart gets those hidden yards after contact. Last 2 plays, he has been able to pick up about 2 yards on each of them after he's been hit. That was a huge 3rd down conversion.
There is some serious big-time head knocking going on down in the trenches when Michigan has the ball.
There's some paint swapping on those helmets. I'm sure some of those white helmets are going to have some maize and blue on them, and vice versa.
Any back throwing. Going deep. Edwards is down there. Touchdown. It was close, and the official gave it a long look, but he got a foot in.
And he had started the game 2 for 2, but since then he had been 1 of 7. He goes back to number 1, and number 1 produces another spectacular catch on a long ball. Safety late getting over. The ball is on target. The catch, the feet in. Touchdown, Michigan. Man, that's beautiful.
So Braylon, son of Stan Edwards, Michigan man himself, makes another spectacular play. And we're all even at 7-7 with 12:08 to go in the first half.
Sports exclusive presentation brought to you by Citibank. Thank you from Citi, a new kind of rewards program from a card you can count on. The next Ford F-150, built Ford tough. Nokia, take a closer look at Nokia, so much more than just a phone. And Aflac, ask about it at work.
Great day in Pasadena. Arroyo Seco, the site of the Rose Bowl Stadium. Troy Nienberg will kick it off now for the Wolverines as they have scored, and the game is tied at 7, and the acceptance of the ball by Romonts Taylor at the 3-yard line. Got a little hole in the middle now. He's going to go outside. My goodness, the Wolverines got caught in the middle of the field, and suddenly Romonts Taylor got loose, and Troy Nienberg, the kicker, finally pushed him out of bounds after a big return.
Another freshman on display here at the Rose Bowl today. Kid's going to get up into the wedge and going to run into his own man. Probably that's the best thing that could happen to him right there as he bounces back and then to the outside and shows off that blazing speed. Offensive coordinator Greg Davis told me he wants to get Taylor the ball 6 to 7 times today to take advantage of that rare speed.
First down, the ball is at the 42-yard line. And it's handed off to Cedric Benson. Benson working around the left side is shirt-tailed by Lamar Woodley as he picks up about 3 yards. Now time for the Aflac trivia question. Aflac! Who are the only 2 freshmen to be named the Rose Bowl player of the game? 2 times that's happened.
I know.
Second down, 8, Texas. Young keeping. Gets to the 48. And Rondell Biggs gets a tackle for Michigan. It'll be third down, about 4.
And although it was a gain for Texas, that's where Michigan wants Vince Young to run. They want to hit him as many times as possible. He has had some fumble problems this year, but you cannot let him get outside and show off all those moves.
Now he's going to go on to center on 3rd and 4. Going to throw underneath. That's Jeffrey, and that's the first down. Tony Jeffrey lined up on the right side, just ran a slant right across and kept on trucking, and suddenly the ball was there, caught, and first down, moved the chains. Leon Hall made the tackle.
Well, the Texas offensive line can give Vince Young pass protection like this because Michigan has to be aware of him taking off on quarterback draws and the such. So he had all the time in the world to find Jeffrey on that shallow cross.
45-yard line, the Michigan side of the field. This is Benson, 2 yards. A lot of work for 2 yards. Again, Woodley the tackle.
And that's why Woodley is in the game at defensive end. Jim Herman has opted to go to a 4-down line configuration with Woodley right here and going to take advantage of his unique running ability to run down the very quick Cedric Benson.
Ball is just inside the 43. Now on the Michigan side of the field, 7-7 game, 9:40 to play first half. Clouds getting a little heavier and the sky a little darker and the lights are on. Young throws, ball caught to the outside again, and a sharp tackle on Tony Jeffrey by Marlon Jackson. Marlon really nailed him.
Well, he's a great open field tackler. He's pretty good at just about everything he does. Played safety for the Wolverines last year, now back at corner where he makes All-American. And this is why. He only has 1 interception on the season. But in the open field, perfect technique. Waiting for Jeffrey to make the final move before he closes in and crushes him.
Ball is on the 39-yard line. It is 3rd down and 4. Texas has been very good on 3rd down so far today. And it's because of Vince Young. And the ball again thrown short, rolling catch, good by Nate Jones, moved the chains.
Yeah, I talked to Vince Young, and a lot of coaches have tried to change his throwing motion, and all it did was mess him up. He completes passes at about 60% of the time. He's really in a rhythm now because he is throwing the short ball as well as he throws the long ball. Real dart thrower, really flips the ball out there.
Mack Brown. 10-1 is a familiar number in his tenure at Texas. Young keeps it and gets hammered about the line of scrimmage. He belted it with Cedric Benson and then took it into the middle, and they jumped all over it.
The Wolverines got both things accomplished on that play. They took care of Benson, forced Young to carry the ball, and then there was about 6 Wolverines there for Young, led by that big guy, Gabe Watson.
Oh, Gabe, 330.
And he earned that 330, didn't he?
Leading biscuit eater on the team. Funny, he's a sunny guy. It was fun to talk to. Young gives it to Benson. Oh, just that little bit of movement. Just that little bit of movement. Got a little delay in the pursuit by the Wolverines. Leon Hall finally got to him, but he's going to have about 6-7 yards on that play.
And remember, he also ran away from Pierre Woods, another linebacker converted to defensive end for this ball game.
So they'll be looking at another third down play. Third down and a long 3.
Yeah, 6 out of 8 in the first half converting on third down now for this man, Vince Young.
He's done it all, hasn't he? All of them. Got a hand with it.
Yep.
High formation this time. That's Jeffrey taken off. They give this one to Benson. And he goes for it. And that linesman coming in, both linesmen have got him on the same line, and he's short.
Yeah, but I bet Mac Brown is real tempted to go for it on 4th down.
Needs a yard.
Yep, sending in 2 more tight ends.
With 6.5 minutes roughly to go in the first half. Walk away from 3. Maybe he thinks this is on the margin for the place kicker. 4th down and a yard. Penalty flags as Benson picks up the first down. But who moved?
David Thomas says Michigan moved.
Offside.
They did.
Number 99 on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
Pierre Woods.
Yep, not only a first down, but 5 yards, which when you get down to the red zone, very important. Woods, number 99, in the neutral zone.
Yep. So a considered risk pays off for Texas. And it's first down at the Michigan 20 in a 7-7 ball game. 6 minutes exactly to play in the first half. You see the center, Jason Glenn, calling the blocking for the offensive line. Young keeps it, throws it short. That little play just worked and worked and worked all day long. Ball goes to the big old fullback, Will Matthews. And Matthews is down to the 12 before Monday can get a handle on him.
Yeah, tough assignment here for Scott McClintock. He has got Matthews in man-to-man coverage. Here he is here. He's going to react to the fake and then get back. By the time he gets back, Matthews is going to be out on the run there. Joey Sarantos cannot make the tackle, but there's Marlon Jackson, but too late.
Second down and 2 now. Texas threatening again. Up the middle goes Matthews. He's short by a yard.
And he's a big fullback, too. 6'3", 245. And if Cedric Benson goes down, Will Matthews becomes the tailback, as we saw earlier in the game.
Third down and 1. I tell you what, they've used every third down all day.
Yeah, and then, you know, they're taking time off the clock, keeping Michigan off the field. This is an impressive drive after that great catch by Braylon Edwards to tie the score.
Young's got it, throws that same little pass to the outside, and this one goes for a touchdown to David Thomas.
Well, you have to respect the initial fake to Cedric Benson right here, as Michigan does. But Thomas slips out into the secondary, and it's a walk-in for Texas. 5th touchdown of the year for David Thomas. That leads the Longhorn receivers.
So they go 58 yards in what? 12 plays to take the lead. Dusty Mangum, another one from Mesquite, knocks it right down the pipe. And it's a 14-7 Longhorn lead over the Wolverines at 4:16 to play in the first half. And a good tackle. And he's out about the 22-yard line, brought down by Marcus Griffin. But Preston was a half a step away from making another big return. Earlier, we asked you the Aflac trivia question, who are the only 2 freshmen to be named the Rose Bowl player of the game? Well, they're both Westerners. In 1982, for the Washington Huskies, Jacques Robinson. And 1986, from UCLA, Eric Ball.
Check out this formation here, Keith.
4 of them over there. Now they set it up. It was a little bit late. Still got something out of it, but it was just a second or half a second late because the Texas defenders were able to get back there and get a piece of it. And let's spend a moment now with John Saunders.
Alongside of Greg James and Aaron Taylor, you said to me before the game, it's about the game breakers out there, and they haven't disappointed.
No, they haven't. There are 2 big game breakers right now that I've seen at Texas. There's one over at Michigan and Braylon Edwards. We'll show you what they're trying to do.
We can see some good plays in the second half, but this is great to be down there. What's up with the cheerleaders, baby?
You just subtract the ladies. Keith, back to you.
John, thank you. Mike Hart still hasn't been able to pop anything loose. Michael Griffin on that tackle.
Yeah, Hart, 9 carries, just 29 yards here in the first half. Marcus Griffith made a good tackle on the kickoff. That time it was Michael Griffin with a solid tackle.
They're from Austin, Texas, Michael is. He's stayed at home. 3rd down and a long one. Preston, who had played quarterback in high school, lined up in the deep back position. Ball snapped to him, and he went to the sidelines. There's nothing out there but white shirts, and he does not get the first down. Brian Robinson looked to be the first man who got there.
Now, Preston is very fast, but so is Greg Robinson's defense. At the tailback position, running short side of the field. Michael Hart, a little bit late on his block, and just too many white shirts for Stephen Preston.
And they'll have to punt. Adam Findlay is standing inside his 20 and waiting for it for the Texas Longhorns is Lamont Taylor, who's the speed burner, the tailback. Yeah, the kick's out of there. It's a pretty good spin on it, but it's low, and it gives him a fumbled it. Ball knocked, he's knocked off the ball, and now the scramble's on. Michigan's got it.
Now that's why a lot of coaches are reluctant to put freshmen in the ball games. We've seen a number of them today and playing very well, but Lamont Taylor on that tail-dragging punt with a lot of spin on it, the ball spun right out of his hands, and to move a long way to go get it, his eyes come off it, he drops it, and the maize and blue pounces on it.
Anton Campbell. Mr. Kelly Hayes right on that one.
Yeah, Anton Campbell, one of the special team stars for Mike DeBoard. The huge recovery.
Ball is just inside the 34 of Texas with 2:36 to go in the first half. Eddie back. Throws, and it is caught, and there's a loss on the play of a yard. He went to Massaquoi, the tight end, but he had a traveling companion, and he was taken down by Eric Hall for a loss.
You know, Texas in their secondary, Keith, they play so deep. They do not come up and press the wide receivers very often, and after Edwards burned Giger on the touchdown reception, they're playing even deeper and favoring Edwards' side of the field.
Every time Braylon's moved, there's been a Longhorn go with it. That's why they miss Avant. And his pass is in the air to the end zone. Long gone. No chance. Edwards was cut off, went back into the middle of the field. Wound up. He looked like he was going for the left corner, then cut back toward the post, and by then the ball was away.
Yeah, it had to get away, Keith, because there was a lot of pressure on Chad Henne. And there were also, at the end of that play, 2 Longhorns around Edwards. There's the hit. Again, it's middle linebacker Aaron Harris who has a sack in the ball game. That's why that ball was incomplete.
They're making an effort to make sure that Chad Henne's britches are dirty by halftime. We've got a timeout. We got 1 minute and 48 seconds to go in the first half. 14-7 Horns. On 3rd down 11 now, the Wolverines come up with Chad Henne going under the center. 3rd and long. Edwards going back toward the ball. Henne back to throw it. Pressure coming from the backside. Throws a bullet down the middle, and it's caught by Steve Breston inside the 20-yard line. First down, Wolverines.
First catch of the game for Breston. We've seen him returning kickoffs. This was a heck of a grab for a guy with a bad left hand. A bullet from Henne over the middle. This ball is not in the air very long, and it just sticks on that back shoulder of Breston. Huge play for the Wolverines.
19-yard line, first down. .128 and counting in the first half. And he's throwing. Tied in, Tyler Ecker, 6'6", big old target. And he slammed it in there.
Yeah, he catches the ball, Keith, and he just leans down the field and picks up 3 yards. Again, watch how quickly this ball gets onto Eckert. He reads the zone defense, catches the ball, takes the lick, and picks up about 9.
2nd down and 1. Give it a Hart. He's got the first down. They're going to give him the 8-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, Michigan's going to burn their second timeout. That's a good move by Lloyd Carr after a heck of an effort by Mike Hart to scramble and pick up that first down.
When we come back, the Michigan Wolverines will have 1st and goal at the Texas 8. Well, the Michigan Wolverines are in the catbird seat right now, but they've only got 41 seconds to fiddle with. So let's see what happens. 14-7, Michigan trying to tie. Henne back is throwing, got some heat coming, passes away, throws it away. Might as well. He was looking, the only fella available to him was Kevin Dudley, and he needed Kevin back there in the backfield to keep somebody from killing him.
I think Aaron Taylor was open where that ball ended up.
He was.
Michigan looking to capitalize on the only turnover of the ball game, the muffed punt by Ramon Taylor.
Why wouldn't you play jump ball with Tyler Ecker, 6'6"?
I'd rather play jump ball with number 1, Braylon Edwards, at 6'3".
Yeah, but he's drawing a crowd.
Yeah, but that's okay. He's used to drawing a crowd. He's good.
All right, he's over there on the right-hand side. Let's see what they do to him.
At least 2 men on him.
And he throws it. Oh, almost. And almost intercepted after it bounced off. Jermaine Gonzalez had it on his hands, and Cedric Griffin walloped him.
You know, you're told as a quarterback, never throw late over the middle. And Chad Henne did that and almost got a touchdown out of it. Should have got a touchdown out of it. Real good patience by Henne to find number 18. That ball's got to be caught.
Oh, you betcha.
Great hit, though, to knock the ball out.
Yeah.
Cedric Griffin right in the ribs. That'll make those fingers open up.
Yeah, Jermaine will remember that one in the morning, I suspect. All right, it's 3rd down and goal and 26 seconds to play. And he's throwing again. Better hurry, gets it off into the end zone. Edwards. Somehow, somebody let him go, and he was there. When he's that loose, forget it. Play the fight song.
How good is Chad Henne? How cool is Chad Henne? 2 great throws in a row. And watch Edwards head for the back of the end zone. Defensive backs are told not to go that deep because the ball can be thrown and completed in front of them. There's your jump ball, Keith. There's your touchdown, Michigan.
And they're going for the tie now with only 20 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Got it. So Garrett Rivas, the sophomore from Tampa, has the ball game at 14.
Well, Chad Henne with his 2nd touchdown of the day, stepping up, finding number 1 in the back of the end zone. But you can see that only Aaron Ross is as deep as Braylon Edwards. And Edwards now has 2 touchdowns in the first half. Came into the game not having caught a touchdown pass in a bowl game.
Braylon won the Biletnikoff Award as the top receiver in the country, and now you see why.
38 career receiving touchdowns. That's a new Big Ten record, a new Michigan record. He surpasses the great Anthony Carter, the original number 1.
Boy, he was a Greyhound, wasn't he?
Oh, boy. He could run through everything.
Well, this was not bad.
No, he's not.
But he's bigger.
Well, and he's got such great ability to make a play on a ball in traffic. There was no traffic on that play.
You ever lay in a quiet night on your ridge up in Oregon and think about, boy, if I was 25 again and had those kind of receivers to throw it to?
I don't know, Keith. I had some pretty good guys myself.
Ball's kicked on the ground, rolling downfield. Texas will get a pretty good field position out of this as Will Matthews picks it up and brings it back. And with 15 seconds to go, they'll have a couple of shots downfield. Stay tuned for the Ford postgame report immediately following the game.
But, Keith, I did dream about being 25 again.
Oh, we've all done that. Thank God, at the point where I dream about being 55. So here we go. First down. Texas ball. Their own 34. 15 seconds. They're going to the clubhouse in a tie game. Young turned around and handed the ball to Cedric Benson and said, don't drop it. And they're heading for the lunch counter in the locker room. And we are at a 14-14 time. Some pretty good stuff going on here, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Big-time players making big-time plays. Well, here's today's Nokia player comparison. Taking a look at both the running backs here, Cedric Benson and Michael Hart, both having a tough time getting underway. The plays have been made by quarterback Vince Young and by wide receiver Braylon Edwards.
Now Todd Harris.
All right, thank you, Keith. He's the coolest coach in the country. He comes in with a freshman quarterback, a freshman running back, but it's Braylon Edwards that is doing the job.
Well, I think we've done a great job in the kicking game, Tom.
First down easily.
Lawrence Reed left the ball game, seemed to be shaken up a bit. Preston Burgess is behind him, and Burgess is one of those with such high promise among the young ones. They give the ball to Benson, and Benson is right at the line of scrimmage as McClintock is there to put a hit on him. Benson is one of those kind of running backs, though. You just keep beating on him, and he keeps beating on you, and you keep holding on to him, and he hadn't done much all day, and then all of a sudden you're looking at his hip pocket.
Yeah, only 5,500 yards rushing in his great Texas career. That's a lot of beating both ways.
You got it. Second down and 9. It's actually 10. It's a matter of inches. They letting him get loose. He throws the ball this time on the run, and he throws it behind Will Matthews. Here's Todd Harris.
Coach, it looked like you found a way to stop their running game. and the rest of their game except Braylon Edwards. What do you do in the second half to shut him down?
There's a reason he's the best player in the country at wide receiver. They're doing a lot of different things with him in formations to give us a tough time. We've got to continue to stop the running game. We've got to get more pressure on Chad, and I think that's the key. We've got to do a better job with field position. 2 long kickoff returns for them, the fumble, or we're probably up 21-7. So what I told the guys at halftime, great Rose Bowl. It's the way Texas and Michigan ought to be. 2 of the best programs in the country. 30 minutes to win. Let's go play. Good luck. Thanks, guys.
Young loose. I mean, really loose. Touchdown. No flags.
That 20-yarder he had in the first quarter was pretty nice. This 60-yarder 3 times as nice. I mean, he just shocks Michigan with this play. In the shotgun formation. Ad-libbing, seeing the opening, taking it, and then making people miss. Making good people miss. Marlon Jackson, and then outrunning Hall to the end zone. Wow.
Dusty Mangum for the point. Good. 21-14 Texas at 12:53 to go in the third quarter. A spectacular run by Vince Young. Vince Young, I can see some young football player looking at his daddy and saying, "Daddy, is he from our planet?"
He's really something. You know, that 70% we were talking about, well, they converted 2 third and longs on that drive.
At the 7-yard line, Preston, and Steve's got a hole. Another big return for Steve Preston.
And another Michigan drive will start right at midfield. 4th time in this ball game for Michigan.
Monday night at 8 Eastern, you'll have undefeated Auburn. The Tigers meeting Virginia Tech in the Nokia Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. And Tuesday night, also at 8 Eastern, #1 USC, Southern California, battling #2 Oklahoma for the national championship in the FedEx Orange Bowl. That's here on ABC Sports. And it will be my distinct privilege to sit in my rocking chair and watch it.
I got one too, my friend. Can't wait. That's going to be a great one.
In his pass. Whoa. Braylon Edwards took a pretty good lick from the defenders.
Yeah, ball was thrown up the field for Edwards. He stopped short on his hook route. And he's lucky this ball wasn't picked off. But the Texas defenders are so intent on doing just that. Aaron Harris having a heck of an afternoon as he drops #1.
And it's 2nd down and 10. And Braylon may have a little ringing sound in his helmet. He gets the call again and can't come up with the ball. The ball was thrown low.
Guess who was all over him? 2 on 1. And it's just one guy with the #2. Aaron Harris with another play. Ball again not on target from Chad Henne to Braylon Edwards. Braylon's talking to himself. Look at this effort by Harris to come from the middle of the field to break up that play.
The ball resting right at the midfield stripe. That's 3rd down and 10, and Michigan spends a timeout. That first timeout comes at 12:38 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Wish I could go to California.
Why don't you?
Can't leave all this.
Thank you. Introducing the all-new Dodge Dakota. With the only V8 under 20,000 and best-in-class torque and towing of over 7,000 pounds, why not take it with you?
People available every
Allstate. Are you in good hands?
And we go here. 12:38 to play in the third quarter. 21-14 Texas, Michigan on third down and 10 at midfield. And he steps up, throws, has a man open, pass good, caught by Preston. Steve's on the move. Preston heading for the corner. Touchdown. Steve Preston is an exciting football player, and he finally got a chance.
And another well-used timeout, huh, Keith, on third down. Boy, they're drawing up some good plays in the dirt over there. All this speed by Steve Preston. Just his third touchdown of the year. He's been battling injury, but he is at 100% and all that speed right to the corner of the end zone.
To tie. It's good. Garrett Rivas. And we're even at 21 at 12:23 to play in the third quarter. And watch this run by Preston. Watch him just stretch it out and get it inside the boundary.
Bowl game presented by City on ABC Sports.
21-21 tie. Oh, we might be here a while.
Fine with me.
Michigan kicking off now. Nienberg. Foy hits it. Out of air under it. Received at the 5-yard line by Lamont Taylor. And he comes bolting out to the 25. 26 he'll give him.
You know how important that kickoff return by Steve Preston was. That put Michigan great field position. Then on 3rd and 10, they get the touchdown out of Preston. That's the first touchdown allowed by Texas in the third quarter all season. It only given up a field goal until that great play.
Well, they're playing a pretty good team. In a pretty good place. Young sets up to go deep. Throws and he gets him. No ball comes out. He had the ball in his hands, but Marlon Jackson knocked it away from Tony Jeffrey.
Yeah, you knock it away and then you talk trash. And you're entitled to talk trash. Jackson is not challenged very often. It's a deep comeback route by Tony Jeffrey. Great reaction by Jackson. Again, a ball that should have been caught, but how smart was that move by Jackson to rip from the bottom up, knock the ball loose.
And it's 2nd down and 10. Do I see a penalty flag over here on this side? I do. There's one on the other side, too.
Yeah, Scott McClintock trying to time his blitz was too fast. He made the tackle on the play, but it's going to cost the Wolverines 5 yards.
McClintock's played a pretty good ball game today, though.
Number 36 on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and 5. As they mark off, the penalty moves the ball out to the 31.
Just a 5-yard penalty, but they had stopped Benson again. Dropped him for a loss on that play.
Yep. Lima Swede is the wideout on this side, number 4. They'll run it, cuts it back into the middle, that little misdirection, and he plants that left foot and drives through for 3, maybe 4. He'll be a yard short. McClintock again on the tackle.
Benson showing real toughness. Got hurt on the very first carry of the day with that left knee. He got a little bit of that blue paint on his helmet, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. think he might have watched it in the clubhouse, though, trying to get most of it off. Third down, long one. Little quick stand up. Incomplete. And Lima Swede will remember that one as Leon Hall came over and hit him in the whiskers.
I think Leon Hall will pleasantly remember it as well. The ball was thrown high, and Limas is 6'5". He's not caught a pass yet. Boy, he caught all of that maize and blue helmet. Yeah, he might have a fat lip after that one.
Ooh. Richmond McGee to punt. Reston is waiting. McGee gets a good one out of there. Reston looking around. One man coming downfield takes away his legs, and down he goes by the pursuit. Michael Griffin again with a hit. So Michigan now will possess the ball at their own 23-yard line. A 21-21 tie. Texas with that great run by Vince Young to the lead early in the third quarter. Michigan comes back with a great pass run to Preston. And now here's Michigan to repossess it. It's Sunday night. ESPN as its final NFL game of the season. And you've got a couple of rookies that are going to be center stage. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Ball is thrown underneath. Ball is caught by Tyler Ecker. That's the second catch of the game for the big tight end. And he's a yard or so short of the first down. But the football game on ESPN Sunday night, the last one of the season, will have Julius Jones and the Dallas Cowboys against Eli Manning and the New York Giants. For more information, you can log on to ESPN.com. And Jones has had a heck of a season.
Yeah, he has.
Second down, one now for Michigan. It's Max Martin in the backfield to carry, number 23. He's a freshman out of Madison, Alabama. And he picks up the first down. Michael Hull. Huff on the tackle. Huff.
Yeah, Max Martin, another true freshman. He's got a lot more size than Mike Hart. But once he gets a hold of things a little bit better, Terry Malone says he's like a big colt back there, just ready to run anywhere. Great speed, great size.
First down, 35. There goes Martin again. And he's going to have 6-7 yards on that carry. He just dropped those shoulders and just took off. Nothing fancy at all. And he's kind of, here I come, boys. Try to stop me.
Yeah, and he's smart. He's running behind the great blocking fullback Kevin Dudley of Michigan. That time Dudley was taking care of Derek Johnson. Not called Derek Johnson's name a lot. Watch number 32 right in front of Martin. Just pinned Johnson to the ground.
Second down and 3. Kenny's pass. Whoa, my goodness. He threw that and completed it to Braylon Edwards, and Braylon's probably going to say Chad. There's other folks wearing blue out here. But he took another lick.
Well, his number is now .1.
Crowd today for the 91st Rose Bowl, 93,468. Not bad. On a semi-rainy day in Southern California. We came out here this morning, had a little sprinkling of snow up on the San Gabriel. It's about a half a yard short. Well, I'll tell you what, there were a lot of pink noses that were up and down the streets, Orange Grove Boulevard in Colorado this morning when the Rose Parade started. It was brisk there last night. Got down to about 40, 41.
And Henny ought to get in the hip pocket of his center, David Voss, to pick up this first down on the sneak.
Leads about a foot. that's what he did. And he's got the first down at the 46-yard line. I might say that the Big East officials have done a pretty good job today. They kept the ball game moving along quite nicely.
Yeah, we've only had 7 penalties in the entire ball game. A lot of them early in this ball game, but both teams have settled down. You can see Henne getting behind Voss and left guard Reuben Riley. 325 and 311 pounds for that first down.
8.5 minutes now in the third quarter remaining. Henne puts Braylon Edwards in motion. On the throw. Goes to the sidelines. The ball is caught by Massaquoi. And the other tight end makes the catch. And here's a penalty flag. That might be a face mask. Derek Johnson coming across was giving Chad Henne a hard time. But he got the ball to Massaquoi, and Tim made a nice catch.
This ball had to be thrown just where it was. Or Massaquoi doesn't catch it. Aaron Harris catches it, and he's in the end zone going the other way.
5-yard face mask. Number 22 on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
Dennis Hennigan, the referee. Michael Simcheski. Have another look here. I'll tell you the officials in a moment.
Aaron Harris decides to go for the interception, but the ball perfectly thrown by Henne. There's the grab of the face mask by Michael Huff. Did get his hand off it when he realized it was on there, but still got the flag.
Massaquoi comes inside as a backer. A blocker for the tailback. Hart, that's one of Mike Hart's best runs of the day, and he's down about 9 yards, very close to a first down. I'm going to do this while I got a second. Michael Simcheski, the umpire today. Matthew Fitzgerald, head linesman. John Salmon, line judge. James Coleman, side judge. Robert Sokolowski is the field judge. Gary Danowitz is the back judge, and Keith Washington, the alternate from the Big East.
Well, right now, Michigan has got all the momentum. They're playing Big Ten style of football, aren't they?
Yep. Just hammering. Oh, he's wide open. And tumbles inside the 10. I mean, that last trip by Giger kept him from going into the end zone.
Well, he saved his best runs of the afternoon the last 2 times, Keith. But again, it's just a blast play right up the middle. Here's Dudley leading the way. He takes care of the defensive end. Great job up front as Reuben Riley is on the pole, and Michigan's in business.
Going for the lead here. They've got it first and goal at the 9. It's Hart, and he's down at the 9.
Derek Johnson came in as the defensive player of the year in college football. Michigan has handled him pretty good this afternoon. That was his 3rd tackle so far in the ball game, and a very important one for the Longhorns.
Brian Robinson, that last tackle. On the throw, got a man, Edwards, touchdown. Almost impossible to stop that play, isn't it?
Well, since his last touchdown reception, Texas had been doubling him. So as you get down in the field, get down in the red zone, the field shrinks. Texas, knowing they have to stop the run, they crowd the box. They single coverage Braylon Edwards here with Cedric Griffin. The slant route, Griffin playing off. You can't do that to Braylon Edwards.
First time today, the Michigan Wolverines have the lead, and Garrett Rivas trying to make it a 7-point lead. And he does. So with 6:29 to play in the 3rd quarter at the Rose Bowl, 28-21 Wolverines. So the Wolverines go to the lead 28-21. And we'll kick it off. Nienberg puts some air under it and gives it a ride down to the goal line for Taylor. Romont's Taylor. You just sort of hold your breath when he starts upfield. He hasn't quite been able to get to the picket line yet, but he's been very close. It'll be around the 24, 25-yard line.
Take a look at our Dodge defensive playbook. Number 2 is Aaron Harris right here. He's had a heck of an afternoon. 4 tackles, 1 sack, and a whole bunch of hits. This was the first play on defense for the Longhorns, and they sent a message to Braylon Edwards. Well, Braylon got the message, and shortly thereafter got his 3rd touchdown reception.
Young flips it outside. Benson going to pick up 4 yards or so.
That shows you
a little better there, Dan.
Yeah, and it was attitude, too, by Ernest Shazor. Could have just pushed him out of bounds, but not Ernest. He's going to take him down out of bounds. Todd talked about how Lloyd Carr wanted Shazor to play a little bit wider. He did on that play and limited Benson to about a 4-yard gain.
Ernie's big enough to play that spot. He's 6'4", 229, 230. Second down, 6. Young sets up and throws. Drop. The Michigan defender may have touched it, but he obscured the vision of Thomas just enough. Roy Manning messed up the play.
Well, we've seen a lot of drop passes today, and that one really hurts Texas. They need something right now. They need something positive to happen. Manning goes up in the air and got a finger on that ball, and that's why David Thomas couldn't make the catch. So we'll give David a pass on that one. Heck of a play by Roy Manning.
27-yard line where it is 3rd down and 6. This is a big stop here if Michigan can pull it off. Young's back there where he's got a little more time and more vision. Gets it away, and right there's a penalty flag thrown in that neighborhood as Tony Jeffrey makes the reception. Face mask against Michigan.
I think the face mask happened before. It may not even have happened on the receiver.
Personal foul, face mask, number 13 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
Grant Mason upset with the call, pleading his case, but ain't nobody listening wearing the right colored shirt.
Especially that man right there. He's doing all the talking.
And he can talk.
And he must listen. Mr. Mason.
42-yard line where it is a first down for Texas. They trail for the first time today, and the Wolverines are caught in the neutral zone. They were trying to time the blitz. It's a free play here for Vince Young, and he now will take the offside call. Serratos was the fellow who got caught.
Yeah, it's just like Scott McClintock trying to time Vince Young's cadence, and that's just going to make this man furious.
Offside, number 59 on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat first down.
Get a penalty, get a ball and out. And don't walk away either. He's not done.
There are times when you want to say, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm only 19 years old.
1st and 5 after the penalty. And look out. That's going to be a first down.
You know, Keith, you talked about how you hold your breath when Ramon Taylor gets the ball on a kick return. You hold your breath every time this man here has the ball in his hands.
I haven't seen him breathe hard yet.
I don't think he does. I bet his heart's not even pumping very hard. You know, and he's already over 1,000 yards rushing on the year, 1,010 yards.
First and 10. The ball's now on the Michigan side at the 46. Young's pass down the middle, intercepted by Prescott Burgess. And Burgess takes it back to the Texas 45. Young came over and knocked him out.
Yeah, Burgess is a former safety, now playing linebacker for the Wolverines. And he got a good deep drop. Here he is right here. He's going to drop back and just read the eyes of the quarterback. And then snatch that ball out of the air. And again, Michigan will have great field position to start a drive. Looked like Thomas might have been open down the middle. Ball thrown short by Young.
They will start at the Texas 45. Hart, the deep man. Keeney wants to throw. Swings it outside to Mike Hart. And he eludes that first one and will wind up with about 3 yards.
Boy, and he just delighted the Michigan sideline. You could hear them all cheering when he made Cedric Griffin rather, miss on the sideline. Just a short gain, but a heck of a move by Mike Hart.
Larry Dibbles, that big old tackle's the one that brought him down. Now Max Martin is in there at tailback for Michigan, giving Hart a little rest. Henney now with 4 touchdown passes ties the Rose Bowl game record. Braylon Edwards has set a new Rose Bowl game record with his 3rd touchdown reception. So there's a lot of records being nibbled at here. Ball is given to Martin. Oh, fumbled, and the Texas player knocked it out of bounds. Derek Johnson got it loose. And there's that patented reach around and knocked the ball loose by Derek Johnson. But the last man to possess the ball was Max Martin, and it remains Michigan's ball.
Yeah, that's that bolo punch that Benson has. That's 9 times this year he has forced a fumble. That's a new NCAA record. You know, you used to see Lawrence Taylor come with a chop move. Everybody copied that. I guarantee you kids are going to be practicing that move by Derek Johnson.
First down, Wolverines. Ball is marked down at the 33. And he throws quickly to Edwards, and there's a man right there on him, and Braylon Edwards will pick up about a yard or so.
Now the defensive player of the year in college football has come up with the best way to separate the ball from the ball carrier since LT. This move right here. This is a bolo punch. This is how you lead the nation, as Jason White discovered earlier this year.
You know where he got that? He got it from Kid Gavilan.
But he secures the tackle with his right arm, makes sure the running back can't go down the field, and then punches it out with his right hand.
Second down and 9 for the Wolverines. They run it. Hart struggling and fighting his way down the field for a tough 4 yards, maybe.
It's just hard to get your arms around him. And because his legs never stop running, if you don't have a good grip on his shoes, he's going to step right out of the tackle. He had very little on that play, but just never quit.
To the sidelines, a man is open and he missed him. Jermaine Gonzalez was 3-4 yards clear, and Henney missed him.
Perhaps his worst throw of the day came on a big 3rd down, but Gonzalez was open by a good 3 or 4 yards.
And enter Garrett Rivas on 4th down.
Well, you're just not going to get a wide receiver on an out route any more wide open than that. You can see that Rivas well within his range, 12 out of 16 from this area of the field.
The snapper is Ross Mann. Adam Findlay, the punter, holds, and Garrett Rivas now trying to give his team a 10-point lead. It's good. Just made it. Boy, he squeezed the last air out of that one, didn't he?
By the hair of his chinny chin chin.
44-yard field goal drive, and it is good.
And it went 45 yards.
That's all, too.
That's all it takes to get the man happy.
31-21, Michigan leads. Here's Todd Harris.
Well, Keith and Dan, it has been a very happy 24 hours for Coach Lloyd Carr after Garrett Rivas hit that field goal to put the Wolverines up by 10. His daughter gave birth to his new granddaughter yesterday on the 31st. Casey Carr Vigo, born December 31st, 8 pounds, 7 ounces, 20 inches tall. Congratulations to his daughter Emily and her husband Andrew Vigo. And Coach Lloyd Carr, I should know, but that's a big smile on his face.
Yeah, you've been there.
Michigan capitalizing on another turnover. 2 turnovers now have been turned into 10 points and a 10-point lead for the Wolverines.
High kick. Flag back there when it was kicked. The return by Taylor. He's taken down a little short of the 20-yard line. But let's see about the Laundry back up the field.
Got to be offsides against Michigan.
You would think so. They forgot about it. Is that your flag, Charlie? No. Not yours? No. Who wants it?
Beck wants him to tee it up again and try it again.
Number 6 on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. The ball will be re-kicked.
As Prescott Burgess, I mean, his motor's running now because of that interception. He's all jacked up, and he wanted to get back to battle and got a little bit in front of everything.
Boy, that's a killer penalty, too, because Longhorns got nothing out of that return.
Golden Globe nominee Jennifer Garner stars in a new season of Alias. The 2-hour premiere event begins Wednesday at 8 Central, only on ABC. They'll back up now to the 30-yard line to tee it up this time. And we'll see where Taylor winds up after he receives this, and if he does. They had him a little short of the 20. It's little things like this that add up to the sum.
And Nienberg does not have a real strong leg, stronger than Rivas's, but not one that can reach the end zone from here. Oh, maybe. Well, barely.
Yard deep. And a penalty flag, and look where Taylor is, though. Look where Taylor is. The ball comes out on the sideline, but they're going to call that one down. He's out beyond the 30-yard line, but there's penalty flags all over the field, and that's very likely a push in the back.
And the penalty flags are in the middle of the field, nowhere near where the return was happening.
All the blocking, trying to knock down the wedge. Holding by Texas.
So I apologize to young Troy Nienberg. Did indeed reach the end zone from the 30.
But Taylor moved it 10-12 yards farther up the field, but the penalty is going to take care of that. Aerial coverage of the Rose Bowl game presented by Citi and being brought to you by Tostitos. Pittsburgh and Utah over in
Michigan. Wide receiver trying to get a block here from Tony Jeffrey. There's that burst of speed by Taylor. He's going to be very involved in this Longhorn offense next year with the graduation of Cedric Benson.
That's a play that I saw Texas Tech use the other night, time after time.
So did Cal.
So did Cal, yeah. Boy, it worked. I mean, it worked. And it worked again here. 30-yard line. It's just a long pitch out, I guess, huh?
Well, when you have a wide receiver with running skills like Taylor, it's a very smart play. You get your wide receivers out in front. And these Texas wide receivers are used to blocking. They don't catch a lot of passes. Tony Jeffrey, their leading receiver on the year, with just 29 coming in. They're primarily here to block for Benson and Young, and that time Taylor.
So it's third down and 1. Benson got it. That little skip move that he has, and he does it with power. Will Matthews helping him along, and the first down is easy.
And when you've gained as many yards as Cedric Benson has, you're going to be patient, especially on third and short. Let your blocking develop. Let your fullback take care of the linebacker, as Matthews does that time on Burgess. Here's that little skip move right to the outside, then up the field. First down, Texas.
On the 31. 36. 36. Young still got it. Shopping around. 2 men miss it. 3 men miss it. 4th one got it.
You know,
he's not very well acquainted with that fall down stuff, is he?
He's not really a quarterback. He's just too good. Too good a runner. Beautiful 20-yard touchdown run today. A 60-yard beauty. This one just for 6 yards, but he embarrassed a whole bunch of Wolverines on it.
Time ticking away here at the close of the third quarter. And we've reached it. It's Michigan 31, Texas 21 after 3 quarters of play. And ABC Sports presentation of college football will return after this message and a word from our ABC station. Of the first time ever, Texas and Michigan has played each other in football. And it's happening in one of the grand old arenas of the world, the Rose Bowl, presented by Citi. And it's Michigan leading 31-21. Texas with the football. 2nd down and 5 at their own 42. Vince Young, that little flip outside, and that one is not held by Cedric Benson.
A lot of key plays in this ball game. Basically, it's been turnover and then scores, the story of this one. Ramons Taylor muffing that punt. That led to Braylon Edwards' 2nd touchdown catch of the day. 18-yarder tied the score at 14. And then Prescott Burgess with the interception. And that led to this 44-yard Garrett Rebus field goal to give Michigan a 10-point lead.
And it's 3rd down and 5 right here for Texas. They haven't been stopped too many times. There was 70% in the first half on 3rd down play. Oh, the blitz was coming. The pass was dropped by Will Matthews out of the backfield. And it was Marlon Jackson running downhill right into Vincent Young's face. And they'll have to punt it.
Yeah, the corner blitz dialed up by Jim Herman couldn't have happened at a better time, because if Matthews catches this ball, he's still going to be short of the first down. But he doesn't catch it. Shazer is there to make sure with the hit.
He heard the pounding hooves.
And some big feet, too.
4th down for Richmond McGee. Steve Preston is waiting. Oh, poisoning himself, but I'll tell you, that's a beautiful kick by McGee. That is really a good one. He had a lot of air under it. 46 yards and no return. At their own 13-yard line. They had their stop. Now they got to get out of a hole here. There's not a whole lot of room at their back. They lead by 10. Kenny looking around, throws a bullet. Braylon Edwards catches it, and there are 5 Texans beating on him.
Michigan has been very good protecting the ball all year long. They've only lost 9 fumbles on the season, been intercepted 12 times. They've got that +4 ratio, which is now up to +6, having taken the ball away from the Longhorns twice today.
That reception was good for 4 yards at 2nd down and 6. And Max Martin is in trouble. It's Mike Hart. All right, Mike Hart. Written down by Derek Loki, 275-pound freshman tackle. He might be man-sized if he eats his cornbread. Freshman. Whoa.
Working against another freshman, Michael Hart. He gets, all Loki did that time was beat David Voss to the ball carrier. The great center for Michigan. What a play for a true freshman.
And the loss is all the way back to the 10-yard line, which makes it 3rd down and 13. Kenny has some time and throws good to Preston. And Preston will get it out to about the 20. But that's short of the first down by 3 yards. And Michigan's going to have to punt.
That'll give Finley, though, a little bit more room, more breathing room for his punt. But I was impressed with Henny that time, coming down to his outlet receiver in Preston and not forcing the ball down the field and risking an interception.
Texas grabbed the lead in the first quarter. Michigan tied. Texas back to the lead. Michigan tied. Texas back to the lead. Michigan tied at 21. Then went ahead finally in the third quarter, 28-21. And then a field goal made it 31-21. That's where we are. Michigan leading by 10. They need a big hit here by Adam Finley. Romonts Taylor is waiting for it. They come as hard as they can. The kick is low, a liner. There's room for Taylor. The first man, no, it's Ross. It's Ross back there, not Taylor. And Ross making the catch, zigzagging back up. The ball came out, but after the man was on the ground, and it's the return puts the ball on the Michigan side of the field. So now here's Texas with an opportunity. Very good field position at the Michigan 49.
Exclusive presentation brought to you by Citibank. Thank you from Citi, a new kind of rewards program from a card you can count on. Tostitos. Nothing brings people together like Tostitos chips and salsa. Tostitos. Share something good. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help. And Chevy, an American Revolution, supercharged for 2005.
And with 12:59 to play, by the length of the ball, it is on the Michigan side of the field as Texas comes up, first down. Cedric Benson is the single back behind Vince Young. Young looking around. Throws to the sidelines, has a man there clear, and the play's good for 9 yards. It's Tony Jeffrey.
Positive play on first down is very important for Vince Young. This offense has struggled here in the second half. But to get that one complete to set up an ideal 2nd and 1 situation.
This may be the best starting point that Texas has had. In fact, it is the best starting point they've had all day. That's Benson. That's the first down. They keep wrestling with him and finally tumble into the sidelines, but he's sneaky quick when he goes to that slant off the outside there. He's got 5-6 yards on you before you know it.
Yeah, he shifts gears very smoothly. Ryan Mundy with the tackle and takedown there in the Michigan bench. You gotta have a tackle like that and a takedown. You always want to do it on your sideline.
Oh yes. Benson now 19 carries, Dan, for 66 yards. That's he's been averaging about 160 yards per game, so they've handled him some today. Young's got it. Throws. He's got a man out there, and he caught it. The defense just got caught, and Scaife kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally the ball arrived, and Bo caught it.
And Vince Young was under a whole lot of pressure. Linebacker Scott McClintock on the blitz here. Watch him get in right into the grill of Vince Young. Good job by McClintock. Manning is there as well. Ball was up in the air for an hour, and Scaife stays with it before Shazer can get there.
And it's a first down inside the 20-yard line. Young is caught, gets away, throws, sideline, pass caught. My goodness, it looks like he's sacked, but he finds David Thomas, and drills him on the sideline. And now Young may, who is that hurt down there? Is that Young?
Well, he got hit in the back, roughing the passer against Michigan.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable effort by Young. Gets away from the tackle there by Jamar Adams, and then gets hit by Joey Sorrentos for the penalty. Thomas with his feet in bounds, and now Texas will be inside the 10.
That was not a smart play. That personal foul hit him in the back like that because the play was over. Ball was downfield and caught by him.
What strength for Young to pull out of the tackle by Adams. Thought he had him for about a 10-yard loss.
It's on the 7-yard line. First down and goal. Well, they're saying the 6 because it's just inside the 7. This is Young keeping it and caught and taken down.
And that was an excellent decision by Vince Young not to pitch that ball. Michigan had that option play played perfectly. They had a man for the pitch man, Benson, and they just gave Young no option at all. Woodley with another play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's played very well.
Yes, he has. Played a lot as a freshman, as a linebacker last year, and this year now playing defensive end tonight.
Benson. Oh, they got it at the 10. The defense reacted very well and pursued very well Marlon Jackson and Prescott Burgess. And they take him down at the 10.
And that was that zone read play again. And you can see that Michigan wants Benson to have the ball and not Vince Young. Look at this pursuit. This is why Burgess is in the game. Former defensive back playing linebacker with that speed runs down Cedric Benson.
It's 3rd and goal, Texas at the Michigan 10-yard line. Young looking around, wants to throw and gets away and scores.
No.
Unbelievable.
No.
How in the world? He got away from Patrick Massey. Massey had him, and he just wiggled right out of there. And ran for the touchdown from 10 yards out.
Yeah, he's 6'5", 225, and his heart is just as big. Look at the tackle there by Massey. Oh, no tackle. Watson can't get him. Adams misses. He glides into the end zone. Oh, we've seen some plays today.
Whoa. Dusty Martin in for the extra point try. Mangum, Dusty Mangum. Dusty's not very big. 5'11", 175, but he's got a lot of leg, and it's good. And so we are at a 3-point ball game. 31 Michigan, 28 Texas, 8:51 to play.
Presented by Citi on ABC Sports.
It's a 31-28 ball game. Michigan leading by 3. You've heard of guys taking a team and putting them on his shoulder. We're looking at it right there, number 10. Here's the kick. 2-yard line. Steve Rustin. Slowed down just enough. And taken down at the 25 just when it looked like Steve thought he might have a hold.
Well, let's take a look at that man who's put this Longhorn offense on his shoulders. 20-yard touchdown run for Vince Young. He's just been invincible in this ball game. 60 yards on this one. And then that remarkable 10-yarder right here just moments ago. He's responsible. He's thrown a touchdown pass as well, so he's had a hand or a foot or two in all 4 of Texas's touchdowns.
Now let's see if Michigan can respond. Their 10-point lead is shrunk to 3. Kenny gives to Hart. bounces outside, but he does so with a Longhorn hanging on to him, and he's not able to get much out of it. 4 yards. Ryan Robinson was the Texan that had a hold of him.
He may have hurt him too, Keith. He got up limping a little bit. See if Michael Hart can keep going. He's not putting any weight on that right leg, though.
Preston has come back into the ball game for Michigan. Figuring they're going to gang up on Edwards. That's Preston in motion. Kenny gets it away. Ball is caught. That's Edwards. And Braylon Edwards with another big play for the Wolverines. Will take it out across the 45 to the 46 of the first down.
And it's another 100-yard receiving day for Braylon Edwards. 10 catches now, 111 yards. He's caught a number of these short passes, but this one he finally gets a chance to run with it after the catch as Michael Huff goes flying by, and Tim Crowder's got to make the tackle way down the field.
Ball at the 45. Kenny on first down. Little pitch back. Lets it go. Too long. Going for Edwards. He had pretty good coverage. Aaron Ross was running right with him.
But Chad Henne will know, and I knows right now, that you don't overthrow number one, even if he has tight coverage by one man or sometimes two men. It's really a brilliant call by Terry Malone because they get single coverage on Edwards by Aaron Ross. Now just throw the ball where Edwards can out-jump Ross.
Carl Tagg is in there, and he's coming around on a fake reverse. Ball is handed off to Hart inside, and he didn't spread the defense a whole lot with that reverse action. And Hart was able to find enough room, however, to pick up the first down. So I guess any little crack you can make by misdirection helps.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's good to see that Hart is okay cutting off his right leg right there to pick up that first down. You can see just how difficult it is to tackle him as Aaron Harris misses.
Ball is inside the 45 of Texas now, and the ball is snapped directly back to Hart. It's Preston.
Yeah, it's the Preston package.
He's had he had that one sequence in which he returned the ball to midfield and then scored on that long pass run. And he was a high school quarterback of some note, so he has no trouble going back in there and lining up deep.
Yeah, he's got 254 all-purpose yards. And you can see just how difficult it is to find him and bring him down.
They did that a couple of times when he was a freshman. And it worked. It is Hart this time who's deep. That's a backward pass. But it's completed to Preston, and Preston is thrown down past the first down marker, and now we've got a flag thrown right back over here at the line of scrimmage as two of the big uglies got tangled up and had a go at it.
That's not pretty either.
That's a personal foul against Texas. That gets a wistful look out of Mac Brown.
Boy, Michigan has responded to that young touchdown, haven't they?
They have.
Personal foul, face mask, number 59 on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal from the end of the play. First down.
So he's inside the 30-yard line, and that is a big penalty. Next weekend, the NFL playoffs kick off with a wild card Saturday on ABC. Coverage of our doubleheader begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, here on ABC Sports.
Go Chargers.
Yeah, how about that? Great day, great year for them.
You know, going back
is this penalty.
Well, it's a 15-yarder.
No, but from after the end of the play, so from where that last snap occurred, that is a huge.
Just a killer.
Yeah.
And that play selection by offensive coordinator Terry Malone was great. They put Edwards in motion to draw the coverage away from Preston. Gave Preston single coverage.
And it's just inside the 15-yard line. That's about 3, no more than that. Not even that much.
Yeah, the game plan for Michigan was to run at number 11, Derek Johnson. They've done a good job of keeping him in control. He had that one great play where he forced the fumble, but Texas did not get the ball because it went out of bounds.
Second down, still about 10, because he had hit the ground before he bounced. Incomplete. Intended for Jermaine Gonzalez. Feeling apparently being that since they've been burned by Edwards and Preston, they tried Gonzalez. He drew a crowd. Texas secondary is pretty tough.
They got good size too. Huff 6'1", 205. Giegers 205. Both corners are 6-footers.
Third down. And call it 10. Texas coming. Ball's away. Overthrown. Intended for Edwards. Coverage by Griffin. And it's 4th down. Here comes Garrett Rivas.
That was a great call by defensive coordinator Greg Robinson to bring the heat. Risky call because you got single coverage outside. But when Henne set that back foot, the Longhorns were right in his face, causing that overthrown ball.
I got to believe old Greg's one of the possibilities for Syracuse. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do.
A good choice for a lot of schools.
You bet. All right, here's a 32-yard field goal try. It's up. It looks good, and it is. So Garrett Rivas from 32 yards gives Michigan a 4-point lead over the Texas Longhorns. 6:09 to play. That is the new Rose Bowl trophy that will be awarded in the first year of its run. Kind of ironic that it's not the usual Big Ten, Pac-10, but it's not. And here's the kick by Nienberg. Line drive, back to the goal line goes Taylor. Look out, hole up the middle of the field. And he went for it. Got across the 30-yard line, and so the Longhorns now trailing by 6. Start with pretty good field position.
Well, they took advantage of great field position last time they had the ball, going 50 yards and having it capped off by Vince Young. Look at this afternoon and evening for this young man.
Dennis Hennigan just threw that ball out of the game. I mean, we've probably worn that one out. Let's give us another one. So here come the Horns, down by 6. They got 6 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. That sidearm shot to Tony Jeffrey is good to midfield.
You know, what do you do if you're Michigan on defense? You can't afford to blitz Vince Young, because if he runs out, he's gone. You can't allow him to sit back in the pocket against your zone defense and let Tony Jeffrey find the dead area in that zone. Out to midfield in one play for Texas.
When you're getting 17, 18 yards of play, that'll get it done all right. Here he comes now. He almost starts to break out. Sees the man downfield. The pass is completed to David Thomas. David Thomas rumbles on down inside the 25-yard line. In 2 plays now, they're sitting down on the Michigan 23.
Offensive line giving Young a lot of time to throw. But look how wide open after Young breaks the pocket his tight end is. Gets behind Pierre Woods, and Marlon Jackson's got to come up to make the tackle. And that tackle hurt Jackson.
Yeah, it did. Marlin got up pretty tenderly.
Boy, if I was Texas right now, I'd go after him with Lima Swede down at the bottom of the screen. Look at him. He's groggy.
He may be checking the play right now. He changed it at the line of scrimmage. Rolls it left, though. Look at this. Look out. There's your touchdown.
You know, Keith, we just showed the Rose Bowl trophy. I think this young man may be looking at another trophy. That stiff arm trophy, you know, they give away back in New York. That is definitely in his future. What a game Vince Young has had. Run all the way. He's pointing to who wants to block for him. He doesn't need blocking. One block. Tony Jeffrey, touchdown, Texas.
Dusty Mangum for the point. And the lead. Squeezed it up and through. It wasn't terribly decisive, but it worked. And it's Texas 35, Michigan 34. You got 4 minutes and 56 seconds to play. Ooh-wee. 35-34 Texas. 5 touchdowns responsible for when Fielding Yost brought his point-a-minute guys out here and beat Stanford 4-9 in the very first Rose Bowl game back in 1902. Neil Snow of Michigan had 5 touchdowns he was responsible for. Well, Vince Young has now matched that record. At the 3-yard line, Steve Preston. Preston is on the roll. He's on the move. He's down to the 45-44-yard line of Texas. Richmond McGee brought him down. The man that kicked off saved the touchdown.
And Mr. Yost would be very proud of the fight in the Wolverines as they respond with another great kickoff return from Steve Preston. Well, you know, he doesn't even get a hand laid on him as he goes through the wedge. Good job there by McGee to keep him from going all the way. 53 yards for Preston, as he's over 300 yards at all-purpose yardage.
43-yard line of Texas, first down Wolverines. Hart in the middle, pops loose. And is very close to a first down. They'll measure.
Well, I think Michigan's got their heart pumping now. Again, they go back to their basic. A lead play behind Dudley. And Hart picks up 10 yards.
Michigan gained the lead in the third quarter. Went up by 10 points. Texas had fought back. And now leads 35-34 with 4:42 to play in the ball game.
And Keith Garrett Rivas' longest field goal in his career is 47 yards. They need about 5 yards to get him within that range.
Well, they just picked up the first down, so they'll keep grinding at it.
Absolutely.
Hart ran right over the top of a Longhorn that had penetrated the backfield, just stepped over him and wound up. He went over Derek Johnson. That's remarkable in itself.
That's not just any old linebacker. That's the Nagurski winner and the Butkus winner.
Picked up 3 yards.
Michigan has 2 timeouts. Texas 3.
Hard again. Grind away. And he gets down to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
And he's not picky about who he breaks his tackles with. Tim Crowder, defensive end, number 80, couldn't bring him down. Watch Crowder, number 80, come up, try to wrap him up. He gets lower than Cedric Griffin and gets close to a first down.
Get out of the pads. Low slung, strong guy like that can do you some damage. Kenny now wants fullback to move a little bit. Roll out, pressure coming from the back. Ball thrown, no good. Braylon Edwards, the ball was thrown very hard, and he had to lay out for it and just simply couldn't reel it in. So now you have 4th down and 2.
And you got to kick it.
Revis is out, number 38. Combination has to work. Ross Mann's snap has to be right. Adam Finley's hold has to be good. And Revis has got to lay the leg on it because this is a 42-yarder for the lead. Oh, it's good. That was a squeezer. But it counts. And so the Michigan Wolverines have gone back to the lead on this 42-yard field goal by Garrett Revis. About to kick off to Texas, leading 37-35 with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to play in what has been a terrific Rose Bowl football game. The kick driving Taylor back to the 3. Here he comes. Good return by Taylor, just a breath away from perhaps going all the way. And again, the special teams provide excitement. Coming up right after we finish here, undefeated Utah against the Big East champion Pittsburgh in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Bowl Championship Series continuing next right here on ABC Sports. Vince Young now. The season end in his hands. So far, he's handled it pretty well. Steps out, fakes it, runs out of bounds. Got at least 9 yards, close to 10 on the play.
And his britches are pretty clean, too, Keith, aren't they?
Yes, they
Has he
are.
been knocked down at all today?
Not hardly.
I mean, he just glides through people. Steps up nicely, looking downfield. Good fake there to freeze the defense, and then safely out of bounds.
Senses speed, he senses pressure as well as anybody I've seen in a while.
Mangum's career long is 52 yards this year against A&M.
And Michigan's lead is only 2 points. This is Cedric Benson carrying the ball, and he's got close to 4 yards on the carry.
And don't forget about Cedric Benson.
Well, he popped out of there in an eye blink. .240. Texas has all 3 of its times up. Little short pass. Just flipped ahead to Boscafe. Just that quick, 7 yards.
And right back to the line of scrimmage. Young can call the play here, not in a big hurry. Just let that clock keep rolling.
A lot of time left on the play clock. Snapped it at 15 seconds. This is Young keeping. And down to the 30-yard line. Marlon Jackson locked his legs and just hung on.
Great tackle by Jackson, or that's touchdown number 5 for Vince Young. There's that first play of the game, the zone read play. Decided to keep it. Good decision. Great tackle by Jackson.
181 yards on 18 carries and the 4 touchdowns. I'm waiting to see him bent backwards. Marlon Jackson again on that tackle. I think one time tonight they turned him upside down. Otherwise, he's been going toward the goal line.
And he has his place kicker, Dusty Mangum, well within his range. Marlon Jackson came on the corner blitz that time. Gets a tackle. The ball is down. Ground cannot cause that fumble. Good call.
Timeout charge to Texas, taken by Texas. So they each have 2 now, with 1 minute and 29 seconds to play in the ball game.
And right now, if I'm Texas, I just leave the ball in number 10's hands. A phenomenal performance by Vince Young.
To capsulize for you, Dan, if I could for a moment, Vince Young, 5 touchdowns he's been responsible for. Chad Henne has 4 touchdown passes. Steve Preston, 315 all-purpose yards. Braylon Edwards, 3 touchdowns. And Garrett Rivas, 3 field goals. That ought to keep the water cooler humming.
Well, people say, well, who does he remind you of? Well, after this performance, he doesn't remind me of anybody. I've never seen anybody, running back, quarterback, wide receiver, take over, make the plays that Young has made today.
At 315 yards by Preston is also a Rose Bowl record. All right, out of the shotgun with 3 wideouts. Keeps it middle of the field, and he's a yard or so short of the first down. And the clock runs.
You know, when you have Vince Young in the backfield with Cedric Benson, you have 2 tailbacks. That was just a single wing play. Direct snap to Young in the shotgun. He's just going to take it off of left guard and almost pick up the first down.
Under center now. Keeps it. Dives for the first down on 3rd down and a yard. And he looks like he's got it. He does have it. They'll make sure. Michigan defensive guys are probably huffing and puffing and say, we will measure it. That'll give them a chance to get a breath, too.
Well, you see, Gabe Watson, hands on hips. Most of his teammates have their hands on their hips. That's an indication that they are winded, and they should be winded. They've been chasing number 10 all night long.
Got it.
But if I'm Texas, I don't quit attacking. I let Vince Young deal.
59 seconds.
Run that read option play. Either give it to Benson or keep it himself. Don't put the game on the foot of Dusty Mangum. Win it yourself, Vince.
They got 2 first downs, 2 timeouts to work with, and they've got a first down at the 20. And Benson is going to lose a little bit of that. Lamar Woodley again. I kind of look forward to seeing him next year. He's liable to be a whole lot of trouble for somebody.
Texas uses that second timeout, Keith.
Well, they probably want to give some of the guys in the trenches a little chance to get a breath, too, because they've been working pretty hard. This has been a remarkably good college football game. It started a little slowly because it's been a long time since these 2 teams have played a game. But the last 3 quarters, woo-wee. I don't know when I've seen a better one.
You're absolutely right, Keith, and you would expect that from these 2 great football teams. Great tradition, and I got a feeling that they will be seeing each other in the future. They should play some more.
Well, when the next 37 seconds are gone, regardless of the outcome, it can be said that they came, they fought the battle, they left everything on the field. I think both can say that.
Well, one of them can say Vini Vidi Vici.
Ah, yes. How sweet the wine.
No, wrong play.
Loser. That, folks, is rolling around in the mud, the blood, and battling in the trenches.
They were trying to get the ball in front of the goalpost.
They were.
But Benson wouldn't quit running, and he took the ball all the way to the far hash mark.
Looks like it.
I guarantee this next one will be a sneak or a move by Young to slide down that line of scrimmage to place the ball dead square in front.
No, it won't either. There's only 4 seconds. 3.
Yep.
2. Timeout. That's the last. So now Dusty Mangum is going to have to jack it up from the far hash. But he swings the right leg.
10 of 14 on the year. You can see that he is well within his range here. But he has struggled a bit. 5 out of 9 there.
Well, the coach is out there visiting. Got him to laugh a little bit. That helps when you can laugh a little bit. And you know that Michigan is going to spin their timeouts right here to try to ice him a little.
I'm not sure who it helps more, the coach or the kicker.
Yeah, I agree. Sure, the coach feels a little better after a small smile, but
yep.
And also, I don't know about the icing or the attempt to get the pressure or increase the pressure. I don't know if extra timeouts do that or not.
But you know what it does do, Keith, though? It gives your guys a chance to rest and to build up the energy necessary to get penetration and maybe get a block. Now they call a timeout just in the last second. That just is a mind game they're playing now with Dusty Mangum. Let him get in position, get ready to kick. The last second call timeout.
They got one more. There are 2 seconds remaining on the clock. If he succeeds with the field goal, Texas goes to the lead and wins the game, 38-37. If he misses, Michigan wins 37-35. Fiesta Bowl, Tostitos Fiesta Bowl coming up right after this is over with Utah. Utah's got a landmark ball game themselves. They've intruded on the BCS party this year. It was a great season. And Pittsburgh, it's kind of ironic, you know, that Urban Meyer's leaving Utah to go to Florida, and Walt Harris is leaving Pittsburgh to go to Stanford. I'm sure John Junker and his folks worked very hard to keep getting that labeled the Lincoln Duck Bowl. All right, here we come again. Michigan still got a timeout to drop on him. And they do it.
Why not?
Oh, Dusty might just take a little jog around the stadium to keep that leg warm because well, he looks pretty loose.
Well, he's a kicker. They're all just a little bit loose.
They're different.
You know, what he's trying to do is visualize. Visualize the snap, the hold, the kick.
McGee goes over to talk to him. Probably been saving that joke all year for this moment. Keep him loose. I don't know. Dusty looks like he's pretty loose on his own. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's a senior. He's been here before. And he is here now.
Now they can't stop the clock anymore. Here is the moment. Thousands of flashbulbs popping in the Rose Bowl as they try to record this play. This is for the win. Good. Texas wins. Defeat are the Wolverines. Joyous in victory are the Longhorns. Mack Brown said these people do not want to be the first Texas team to come to the Rose Bowl and lose. They did not. Here is Todd.
Well, Keith, I like Gatorade, but I don't like it that much. Coach Mack Brown, you just got the bat. This must be phenomenal for you. Redemption. A lot of people thought you didn't belong here. You came. and you beat a fantastic Michigan team.
Well, Todd, give Michigan credit. Keith said it on Wednesday to our team, or Thursday. It's a shame that Texas and Michigan. Congratulations, Coach. That's the kind of class they are. What a great game. Give Michigan credit. Give our kids credit. They've come from behind and won all year. They believe, and it's a lot of fun.
We've got some hard word to hand out to you, but congratulations. We'll see you up on the stage. Keith, back up to you.
See you there.
All right. Congratulations to Mack Brown and his players. Congratulations to Lloyd Carr and his players. It was indeed a noble effort by both sides.
A 37-yarder that goes about 38 yards for Dusty Mangum. Just enough, just inside the right upright. And go crazy, Texas.
And once again, your final score. The Texas Longhorns 38, the Michigan Wolverines 37. Coming up, the BCS continuing as Utah meets Pittsburgh in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl next on ABC Sports. We are pretty sure you enjoyed it. Happy New Year. Good night.
Heart just as you dream.